Hi everyone, I'm Karataini, and today I want to share my review of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by Al Frank Baum. So it was first published in 1900 and it belongs to the fantasy and children's literature genre. The story takes place in two very different worlds. The first is Kansas, which is shown as a flat, gray, and quiet place. And the second is the Land of Oz, a colorful and magical world with unique places like Munchkin Country, the Emerald City, and the Dangerous Forest, and then the Land of the Winkies. And now for the main characters, we have Dorothy, a kind and brave girl who stays hopeful even when things get tough. Then there's the Scarecrow who thinks he doesn't have a brain, but he's actually the one who often comes up with smart ideas. Next is the Tin Woodman who believes he has no heart, yet he is the most caring and emotional character in the group. And finally, the Cowardly Lion who gets scared easily but still protects his friends whenever they're in danger. Now for the plot. The story begins in Kansas with a huge cyclone coming toward Dorothy's house. She tries to reach the storm cellar, but when she realizes Toto is missing, she runs back inside. Because of that moment, she doesn't make it in time, and the house gets carried away by the cyclone. When it lands, Dorothy finds herself in the land of Oz. From then on, her goal is simple. She wants to go home, so she follows the yellow brick road to find the Wizard of Oz. And along the way, she meets the Scarecrow, the Thin Woman, and the Cowardly Lion. Their journey becomes not only about finding the wizard, but also about discovering their true strengths. And when they finally meet the wizard, they learn some surprising truths that I won't spoil here. Now let's move on to the themes. One of the biggest themes in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz is self-discovery. Each character believes that they are missing something, like a brain, a heart, or courage. But throughout the journey, they actually show the exact qualities they think they don't have. The Scarecrow keeps coming up with clever ideas. The Thin Woodman is incredibly gentle and emotional. And the Cowardly Lion steps up whenever his friends need protection. Another important theme is the meaning of home. Even though Oz is magical and exciting, while Kansas is plain and gray, Dorothy realized that home is about the people who love you and the place where you truly belong. There's also a message about kindness and compassion. Dorothy is always polite, gentle, and thoughtful, whether she's talking to the Munchkins, helping the Scarecrow, or apologizing to the China princess after accidentally breaking the cow's leg. And lastly, the story shows that courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to keep going even when things are scary. Now, for my personal opinions, I really like the plot twist about the Wizard of Oz. Everyone sees him as a powerful figure, but when Dorothy finally meets him, the truth is very different, and it makes the story deeper. I also enjoyed the friendship between Dorothy and her companions. Scenes like the lion protecting Dorothy from the Caldas or Scarecrow finding clever solutions make their journey feel warm and meaningful. But there were also a couple of things I didn't like. One thing I disliked was how quickly the Wicked Witch of the West was defeated. Throughout the story, she sends wolves, crows, beasts, and even the Winky soldiers to attack Dorothy and her friends, which makes her seem extremely powerful. But when Dorothy finally meets her, the conflict ends because of a very small and unexpected action. For a villain described as so powerful and cruel, the resolution feels too simple. Another thing I didn't enjoy was how some characters disappear from the story for long periods. For example, Onum and Uncle Henry only appear at the beginning and the very end. So I wish there were more moments showing Dorothy's memories of home to make her longing feel stronger. Then for the language difficulty, I would say it medium. The sentences are easy to follow, though there are a few old-fashioned words. Even so, the descriptions are clear enough that you can follow the story without checking a dictionary all the time. And I would recommend this book to young readers or English learners who enjoy magical adventures with meaningful messages. And it's also great for anyone who wants to read a classic literature that isn't too heavy. And finally, my rating is 4 out of 5 stars. It's imaginative, charming, and surprisingly meaningful, even though some parts feel a bit too simple or rushed. Alright, thank you so much for listening to my review.